I have to admit, when I saw today's topic was Valentine's Day, I was kind of bracing myself for, talk about dinner reservations or the price of flowers.
Right? The usual stuff.
But the article we're discussing takes such a hard left turn. It doesn't even call it a holiday. It calls it a behavioral inflection point.
It actually goes even further. It calls it optimization day.
Optimization day. I like
The whole premise is that when the romantic stakes get high, social signals just get louder. We're not just talking about clothes here.
No, this is about nonverbal communication.
Oh.
What you're saying before you even open your mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the goal isn't just chasing trends. The article frames it as being about agency and self-mastery.
I love that word, agency.
Mm.
But let's break down what that really means for the modern eligible bachelor. Because it's not just about being single.
It's not. Historically, it was all about your social standing, your wealth. But the article argues it's really about optionality. Yeah, think about it like this. You're not single because you can't get a date. You're single because you have the power to wait for the right one.
That's a huge shift in the power dynamic.
It is. You're not chasing approval. You're being selected as like a byproduct of your own mastery.
And apparently that selection process happens terrifyingly fast. I was looking at the Hertfordshire study cited in the text, and the numbers are just shocking. First impressions in under 500 milliseconds.
It's barely a blink. It sounds ruthless, but it's pure evolutionary efficiency. Our brains have to take shortcuts.
And there's a hierarchy to
A
it.
very specific one. The judgment goes color first, then fit, then style.
Wait, so the brand is last.
Dead last. Your brain sees the biggest block of information first, which is color. Then it scans the silhouette. Do the clothes actually fit the person?
Only then does it even care about a logo.
Exactly. So if you're wearing some huge designer logo, but the fit is sloppy, you've already lost the battle in that first half second.
And that ties into maybe the wildest concept in this whole deep dive for me. Enclothed cognition.
It sounds like something out of sci-fi, doesn't it? But it's this idea that you're essentially biohacking yourself with your clothes.
What do you mean?
Well, the research suggests that when you wear something structured and intentional, like a well-fitted jacket, it physically disciplines your body.
It changes your posture?
It sharpens your posture, and it can actually slow down your rate of speech. You literally behave differently inside the clothes.
So you're not just dressing for the other person. You're dressing to convince your own brain to step up.
That's it.
Okay, so to navigate this optimization day, the article gives us 3 archetypes. First up is the one that seems like the gold standard for long-term potential, the refined bachelor.
This is the archetype of long-term sovereignty. You're signaling calm authority.
And visually, what does that look like?
You're looking at charcoal, gray wool suits, midnight navy 3-piece suits, or maybe a linen beige blazer if it's a warmer setting. It's all about texture and structure.
The article uses a phrase here that I have to say kind of cracked me up, parental investment.
It's an evolutionary psychology term, but yeah, in plain English, it just means you look safe. You look like a guy who is going to stick around.
Competent, reliable.
Exactly. You're a high-value, long-term bet.
Yeah.
This is the look for that formal dinner.
But let's be real, not everyone wants to signal safe bet on a date. Sometimes you want a little more. Unpredictability.
And that brings us to the Rakish Bachelor.
Right. This is controlled chaos.
It's all about charisma, sexual confidence. Think camel suede, black leather jackets, maybe a velvet blazer with an open collar silk shirt.
But the article puts a huge warning label on this one.
A massive one. Because without restraint, flamboyance doesn't read as confidence, it reads as volatility.
So it has to be calculated.
It has to be. You want to signal bold, short-term excitement, not that you're emotionally unstable. It's a fine line.
So you've got the refined guy who's safe, the rakish guy who's a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
What's the third one?
The rugged bachelor. This one signals competence-based dominance. It's pure provider energy, but in a more physical sense.
So we're talking dark brown leather trucker jackets, olive field jackets.
Heavy fabrics, denim. It's all very grounded. Less about flash, more about function.
It signals a sort of physical solidity.
That's the perfect way to put it. It says you can handle a crisis, you can fix a flat tire. It's a different kind of reliability, not financial, but physical. Great for a more casual setting.
Okay, so let's bring this all back to someone, scaring into their closet right now. The big takeaway isn't that you have to buy a leather jacket.
No, absolutely not. A man doesn't fail Valentine's Day because he's missing a specific jacket. He fails because of poor discernment.
Discernment. So it's about reading the situation.
Style is a reading system. You have to match the signal-refined stability, rakish excitement, or rugged competence to the context of the night. If you can't read the room, that signals a lack of agency.
It's not about buying a costume. It's about choosing your weapon.
When you dress with intention, you clarify your intent. You cut through all the noise.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to mull over. If this article is right, and your clothes can actually change your own cognition and behavior, then when you get dressed, ask yourself this: are you dressing for the person you actually are, or are you dressing for the person you're trying to convince yourself to be?